All right, YouTube, what's going on? It's SoraLifeStory. It's a slide day, and we are back again with another video. And guys, I'm coming to you again just with another video. Today, we're talking about the other part of the Microsoft stuff that I was talking about. Thank you guys for checking out the Helldivers 2 video and the thing I was talking about there. Uh, some of you guys don't understand, when we address other people in the community, it is all in good faith. A lot of the time, bro, it's just to have fun. It's just to actually have a conversation because that's what gamers don't do for whatever reason. Like, guys hate having a conversation. But I was talking about Mr. I Like Myself, and somebody commented on that video, and they made it a whole thing about him. I'm like, if you watch the video, you would see that I didn't make the video about him. YouTube chose that thumbnail, and I'm kind of glad they did. So I'm gonna just leave it as it is. I don't really care. But today we're talking about, the layoffs. Microsoft laying off over 9,000 people, which actually it's more than 15,000 people company wide. So the 9,000 is mostly the Xbox division, but overall it's 15,000 people within the company, which is about 45% of their current employment. And honestly, after reading this article, um, the best thing that I can really take from it is just that Microsoft for years, and especially Xbox, has had a leadership problem. And to tell you the truth, I don't. A lot of people they blame it on Phil Spencer, and I will tell you, Phil Spencer is far, far from a perfect leader. He is very far from a perfect leader, but I just believe that the the things that people say about Phil is just not right. Um, what's happening here though is I think this is a sign of the bad leadership side of what is coming from Phil Spencer because he's kind of just like trying to play both sides. Like he's trying to be like, okay, yeah, the Xbox, is doing great. We got more games, we got more gamers than ever, and all this stuff like that. But we also need to clean up shop. Which, to be honest, though, Xbox does need to clean up shop because outside of Phil Spencer and Matt Booty and Sarah Bond, they have had too many hands in the pot of Xbox. Now, I know a lot of this the reason for a lot of these layoffs is more than just to clean up shop, it's overall just to kind of worry about the bottom line with the Xbox brand. The Xbox brand, it's been leaking money. And honestly, if you go back about 2 years ago, back when the CMA actually was blocking the Activision Blizzard deal, I said I was glad that they did. I really, honestly, truthfully, I did not want Xbox to buy Activision. I didn't think Xbox needed Activision. It was great. It was great in the sense that, we knew that they could buy it. It was cool that, knowing that if they got Activision, they would get all these games on Game Pass and stuff like that. But in the grand scheme, you can see that purchase, uh, it's done a lot more detriment than it has done help. And I am very, very, very kind of disappointed in that purchase. But overall, all I can say is, hey, what's done is done. Microsoft has Activision. People, that is what it is. So that's old news. Right now, with all these layoffs, though, it's showing a shift not only in the tech industry, but I think just in the market of not only gaming, but just technology as a whole. With AI, AI is starting to be something that these higher ups in these companies are seeing, and they are starting to be like, hey, like if AI can do all this work, we don't need people here. That's not a good thing. And the other part of that was, I was actually looking around, I was looking at the other, Xbox stuff, and apparently one of the guys, one of the CEOs said that they should just tell people to use AI to pretty much help them with jobs. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that AI is going to be good. That this is my end all be all of it all is that I do not think AI will be good for the long term for Xbox because truthfully, Um, Here we go. Laid off workers should use AI to manage their emotions, says an Xbox exec. I don't know which Xbox exec that was. Uh Aftermath. Matt Turnbull. So this is what I'm saying right here. Xbox Game Studios Matt Turnbull said that he would be remiss in not trying to offer the best advice I can under the circumstances. The circumstances here are being a slew of game cancellations, services being shuttered, studio closures, and jobs cut across Xbox divisions as Microsoft lays off many as many as 9,100 employees. That's a lot of people, y'all. Turnbull acknowledged that people have some strong feelings about AI tools like ChatGPT and Copilot, but suggested that anybody who's feeling overwhelmed could use them to get advice about creating resumes, career planning, and applying for new roles. So, this is what I'm saying about like some of the leadership at Microsoft and at Xbox. It's There's a disconnect happening. You know what I'm saying? And that tends to happen when you have a lot of hands in the pot. And I think that's why a lot of these tech companies, especially, are having a mass layoffs. But it's also because there's a lot of profit happening. And then when you have a tool like AI, which is like pretty much a tech job in itself, I understand why these companies are investing in that. But it kind of sucks because what you start to notice is that bringing it back to video games, Microsoft wants to invest more money in AI, which means using AI in video games. A lot of video games already feel so lifeless, so boring. You buy a new game, you think it's gonna be, this great game. You see this stuff, and most of the time it's just mid. It's like a 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10. You're like, who made this? Like, you know what I'm saying? It looks like they just made this to get a check. Well, you add AI into the picture and you think, oh, it's supposed to be cool. You could do all this stuff. No, AI is not doing that. AI is just taking already things that have been made by other people, other humans, and just building it through an algorithm to what people should like, which is just slowly kind of it's brain rot in its own way. And so I don't like that. And so this guy Mr. Turnbull telling people to use AI, for resumes and stuff like that. Does this mean they're gonna get jobs back at Microsoft? What is the point of these layoffs? I mean, if the point of these layoffs is to fire a bunch of people, then repost some of these jobs, but for lower payment, I mean, I guess. I guess that's just the world we live in, guys. But I want to hop on here because I don't think it's great. I think it shows a greater shift in the technological industry as a whole. But for for gaming, it just is not a good deal for gaming. It's not a good look for Microsoft. I could just be completely honest. It is a terrible, terrible look for Microsoft. But at the end of the day, people that are using this to say some things about Microsoft, uh, the industry as a whole has been having a lot of layoffs. And as far as I look at it for Microsoft, for Xbox, I am hoping that this means that they've taken a lot of hands off of that pot that is Xbox. And this means that the initiatives that's so funny because the initiative got closed and Perfect Dark got canceled. But I'm hoping that the initiatives of this is an Xbox and what they're planning to do with Xbox and the brand going forward, I just hope they work. Because there was another article that was talking about how, if Game Pass doesn't reach a certain threshold of subscribers by 2027, the Xbox brand could die. Now, we've been talking about Xbox dying for Lord knows how long. Y'all know Dreamcast guy is always like, Xbox is dead, Xbox is dead. But I don't know, guys. You tell me your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching this video. Xbox, get it together. Microsoft, I guess y'all are just gonna keep making y'all profit. But at the end of the day, what needs to be understood is that this is hurting gaming as a whole. Um, People, I wish they were more open to Game Pass. I think Game Pass is a good supplement to people that like to buy physical games. See, I never took Game Pass on as something that would take away the presence of buying games and owning physical media. But some people have, and they take that stance on that. I always thought Game Pass was a great supplement. Like, hey, say you subscribe to Game Pass for a month or 3 months or maybe even a whole year, and you play a couple of day and date games, and you think, hey, these games are great, and you're like, actually, you know what? I do want to own that. But it's become this thing of where they're trying to make it their bread and butter. Microsoft has been trying to push for an all digital future since the Xbox One, and that was in 2013. So none of this stuff is new, and I don't like that people try to act like any of this stuff is new. My main thing that I'm taking from all this is just that clearly there's been a lot of shifts in their business. Clearly, the Xbox brand, those people that are in place, the Phil Spencers, the Matt Booties, the Sarah Bonds, those are speakerheads. Satya Nadella, the head of Microsoft, he is over all of that now. So I think that's one of the biggest things to really take away from all this. And to him, who cares about exclusives? If you can put the software somewhere, he's gonna make that money. Um, if there's an easier way to create this software, you're gonna do what they gotta do. I mean, guys, this is getting bigger than gaming now. But we just talking gaming. So, anyways, tell me your thoughts below. This is SoraLifeStory. It's a slide day. Hey, God bless you. This is all gaming. We talking gaming at the end of the day. Peace.